Hey everybody, welcome to the Happy Harvest Homestead. I've been raising rabbits for a long time, and every once in a while you kind of wonder, how much they feel certain emotions. Like, when a rabbit is happy, are they, really happy? Or if they lose a litter, are they, really sad? Or do rabbits get depressed at all? I usually try to keep my rabbits pretty happy, so there hasn't been much of an opportunity for them to get really depressed. But recently, circumstances forced me to make my rabbits very unhappy by removing them from their large, spacious, awesome colony where they were free to run, jump, play, hide, dig burrows, and socialize, and now all of my meat rabbits are split up into groups of 2, each living in tractors or cages. While their current setup is much better than what most meat rabbits get, not only do they have a buddy to be with and snuggle with and socialize with, but their cages and tractors are much bigger than regular meat rabbit cage housing. But I can see how going from awesome housing to pretty good housing could still feel like a major letdown. But they're animals, right? So they don't feel emotions like we do, and as long as they get food and stuff, they should be happy wherever they are, right? Well, actually, no. Ever since I moved the rabbits out of the colony, I've noticed that many of them have drastically changed their behavior, and they look pretty depressed to me. Zuzu in particular, up until a couple days ago, was really acting weird. She was acting sad and depressed and lethargic, and I could tell she was not happy. She chose a nest box that was her favorite, and she just sat in there. She'd come out to eat every once in a while, but other than that, she didn't walk around the cage. She didn't come up to greet me whenever I brought food, like Acrobat would. She would just sit there, resting and acting very sad for days and days. And I was beginning to worry about her, would she ever get used to living in a cage? Most of her life she's been living in big colonies, so I could see how it'd be a harder transition for her. But thankfully, as you can see now, she's a little bit more mobile. She seems to be adjusting a little bit. She's moving around the cage, eating food, hopping around, so that's really good. Zuzu was definitely the most drastic mood change. Most of the other meat rabbits didn't seem that sad to be in a new place. Of course, they were scared and startled when I first moved them in, but they settled down pretty quickly and are acting pretty normal. Whenever I come with food scraps, they run up to the cage door and are sniffing for them through the bars, which is expected and normal. They are hopping around as much as they can, eating and drinking normally, and acting pretty normal overall. Then, on the opposite side of the spectrum, one rabbit, Cattail, was super excited to be taken out of the colony, which at first you might think is a little bit weird. But when she was in the colony, she was very low on the pecking order. All the other rabbits would bully her. She was last to the food. She usually didn't snuggle with anybody. She was usually off on her own, somewhere else, keeping out of the way of the other rabbits. So she didn't enjoy colony life quite as much as the others did. So having this nice big tractor, with her being the only doe, and having a buck all to herself, made her a lot happier. She went from being pretty mellow and reclusive in the colony, to now she runs up all the time whenever I bring food, and she's hopping around and acting a lot more happy, now that there's no hierarchy that she has to be a part of. So in conclusion, yes, rabbits can feel emotions like joy and depression and sadness. Hopefully this was enjoyable and interesting to you. I think it's really interesting, and I hope none of your rabbits ever experience depression, and that they stay happy, healthy, and active their whole life. Thanks for watching!